Have you seen such survival? While Bear Grylls and Hetty starve next door, these two enjoyed a deluxe outdoor feast. Their meal includes high-calorie nuts and sizzling raccoon on iron plates. They also have wild turkey meat. The two are a Michelin star chef and a pro hunter with years of experience. Their mission is to go to Bronze Canyon in northern Mexico. With their skills, they must survive 7 days. They only brought basic survival tools. After a quick farewell with their guide, they began their journey. The excited hunter said he had already seen several plump prey on the road. In the next days, they will eat meat every meal. The chef added he found many wild, dried chilies. Using them will make dishes delicious, but reality was as wonderful as they thought. As is known, in survival, finding water is key. The hunter, with his experience, suggested they first scout the terrain, but not scouting was fine. The nearest river was 2 kilometers away. To reach it, they had to climb steep cliffs, a nightmare for the weak. But luckily, they soon found a small water hole at the mountain base. They checked if the water was clean. They immediately went down to inspect. Though the pond had stagnant water, the chef used his purifier and boiled the water for half an hour. Finally, they drank their first sip. Though it smelled like socks, at least the water was safe now. With less than an hour before dark, they needed a flat spot to camp. The hunter said this rock was perfect. It blocks wind and reflects heat, keeping them warm overnight. They then went to gather firewood. Meanwhile, the chef found wild agave nearby. This plant is rich in carbs, enough for dinner if harvested well, so the chef called the hunter to chop all agave on the mountain. But when they boiled the agave, the chef tasted it and said, "This is the worst plant I've ever eaten. The taste is so spicy, it hurts." Seeing this, the hunter tried to help by drinking, but he couldn't help but spit it out. Their first meal was a disaster. The hunter began to doubt whether this Michelin chef was real or not. They not only went hungry, but also endured the cold together. Thus, they had a rough night. When morning came, they first drank a cup of pine needle tea. Then, the hunter planned to hunt, as relying on the chef alone meant starvation. However, the hunter returned empty-handed. Perhaps the chef was too weak, even birds couldn't be shot. On the contrary, the chef found many nuts in the woods. After collecting a lot, they returned to camp. The chef put his sugar and nuts into the pot, stir-frying them together. As soon as the nuts caramelized, they were ready to eat. The hunter watched, salivating. He took a piece and ate it. The taste was amazing. Both felt a great sense of satisfaction. The hunter, who had been frowning, now smiled happily. After eating and drinking, they lie by the campfire, planning tomorrow's tasks. Before bed, they covered themselves with warm straw blankets. Finally, they don't have to endure the cold together.